I really just want to ask about Berghain.
Oh my God.
That is on my notes. I told Nick, I was like, that's really like the last like thing like I need to know from Meg. Tell the people what it is, and I can't believe you went. It's been like a dream of ours.
You have to go.
I
You
will.
too.
I mean, I've never been to Germany, but
that
yeah.
shocks me for some reason.
Yeah.
I actually haven't been to like Europe.
I've done way more Europe because he's done most of like Asia because we like just recently became friends. People don't know that. We've been besties our whole life. I'm like, no.
I've been to Italy, Sweden, and England.
That's Europe.
Yeah, I know, but like just like that. I mean, I haven't been to like France, Germany.
I understand.
Belgium, like.
So you guys have to go.
Okay.
Keep it on the bucket list. So Berghain, huge club in Berlin. And like legendary as clubs go. Like is in an old power plant, like established in the 80s, 90s. Like as the wall came down, underground movement, whatever. And so the bouncer, the main bouncer, his name's Sven Marquardt. He has been the main bouncer there since it opened.
Yeah.
And he like is a legend in his own right. He had a cameo in John Wick 4. Like literally he's like the bouncer in that movie.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Anyway, so incredible techno club and like was birthed out of the like fetish scene in Germany. So it has a huge like queer background. Only like hard industrial techno.
See, I'm not that cool. I'll go and I'll dance my ass off, but like when I talk about like, oh, I like techno, it's like I just wish I was that cool. So
we didn't think, literally before I went to Berghain, I was like, I feel like I need to go just for the sake of it, but I don't like techno. Now I do.
Okay, gotcha.
So that was the turning point. But we were in Berlin. We had a friend, our Bosco in Berlin, and Bosco had been to Berghain like 30 times. So he was like, all right, here's let me maximize your chances of getting in.
What about Berghain? It's like one of the hardest doors at any club in the entire world.
Yes.
Like dress code, vibe. Like
because like 60 to 80% of people don't get in. And you can't buy tickets. There's no VIP. There's no bottle service, like nothing. You show up, wait in line, and then Sven either ushers you in or shakes his head. And that's it. Like there's no the door code is completely Sven's judgment.
Yeah.
And his word's law. Like that's it. So you just got to roll the dice. So we show up and it's open from Friday through Monday.
Okay, shit.
So you can just like, there's a smoothie bar inside. You can like bring in sandwiches and leave them at the coat check. Like,
yeah, because people like
not for the faint of heart. You can stay there.
You have to wear all black.
You don't have to.
Okay.
But like, I think there's I don't know. I'm not Sven Marquardt. Who the fuck knows how he makes the call in 20 seconds. There were a ton of people in black, but also we were inside and there was a girl in like a little white dress and there was a girl in like blue tulle. Like,
okay.
So not to be stereotypical, but truly I think it's all about who feels like are actually going to enjoy the experience and not like there to gawk. Because a lot of people we saw getting turned away, I was like,
yeah,
you look pretty normy.
Yeah.
You look like you're going to be pretty overwhelmed pretty fast. So we got in line at 10 p.m. Club opened this Friday night. Club opened at midnight. We found out afterwards that the club had reopened from COVID the weekend prior.
Oh.
Which explains why we were in line for 7 hours.
I know, that's what I read.
You were in line for 7 hours.
For 10 p.m., we got in the club at 5 a.m. Literally around hour 4, I turned to Kevin and I'm like, it was me, Kevin, and our friend Vasco. I was like, at what point are we going to call this? Like, I was having a little bit of a moment of like, when do we, is this going to, credit to Kevin. He was like, we're getting in that club.
That's how I would be.
It's commitment. I mean.
Okay. Got in at 5, spent 15 hours in the club.
That's so crazy.
It's really big too.
Oh, it's huge. There's like 3 floors. And like, again, there's like, and then there's like side dark rooms, like with no light that you can just go hook up in. And there's a smoothie bar upstairs. Like there's like the outdoor balcony to get some natural light.
Did you get a smoothie?
I sure did.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And they sell like bananas and ice cream, I think.
Ice cream is such a good bender food.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
You got your fats, your sugars.
And it's easy to eat too. It can kind of cool you down. I understand like it can be cold, so you're kind of scared of it. But like, especially if you're coming down from like a crazy bender, ice cream.
And it was wild because, like during any like amazing concert night, and especially if you're on a little bit of Molly, you're like, wow. The next day you're like, wow, I lived like multiple lifetimes. There were all the side quests and like this chapter of the night was totally different than this chapter of the night, 15 hours of that. Like
that is so insane to me, but I get it.
After
like,
7 hours waiting in line in hardcore techno.
Right.
Only.
So it's like the only. It's just like boom, 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 boom for 15 hours straight.
Changes you.
It changes
now you're a techno DJ.
Now I'm a techno DJ.
That's so wild.
She left God behind.
My most cliche bitch of all time goes to Berghain. I play techno now. But it was incredible. It was incredible. We had like there's a whole like different chapters. We met so many friends. Then we like came down, regrouped, had a little snack, went in for round 5.
Man.
Then we left, got a vegan dinner, got 4 hours of sleep and boarded our flight.
See, that's so Berlin.
I was like, I feel so cool.
Yeah. I really, really do want to go to Berlin and experience these techno clubs. I actually was really good friends with a girl who I met in Nepal. She was from Berlin, born and raised, and just like she was so Berlin. It was so cool. And she wasn't even too like weird about it. It wasn't trying too hard, but it just oozed off of her. And she was like, oh, like I go to these clubs and I used to do a lot of drugs. And when I was younger, she was like 22 when I met her, but she's like, when I was younger, I used to do a lot of drugs, but now like there's my favorite club. You just sit on beanbags and like you don't really talk to anyone. And it's sober. You just sit down and listen to techno, and I'll do that for like 7 hours, and I'm just like,
who are you?
I
love it.
I know, and she was just so cool like that.
I'm obsessed.
I was just like, I feel like I want to do this,
I'm also particularly lucky because Kevin is fluent in German. He's German. Their dad is German. Their dad grew up in Bavaria, east side of the wall. Like escaped from a day pass and never went back. Level.
Wow.
The more I learn about him.
I know. Also has lived so many lives. So he's fluent.
Cool.
So it's even that much. Again, we're like after 24 hours in country, it's just like, great.
That's cool.
So highly recommend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have a friend that's fluent in German. Farah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have him take us.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You've got to go.
I wonder if he's ever been.
This tall, gorgeous black gay man. So we'll get him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Amazing.
From Germany.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Cool. That's amazing. I really, really am so jealous of that. But
yeah. It was some pretty, and it's like literally anything goes. So like my shirt came off an hour in and didn't go back on.
Yeah.
And like, so.
I've heard that there's a pisser.
Yep.
That there's a man that is there and he'll just go and piss on people if you want to be pissed on.
That's probably true.
He's like a known mythological character, like a.
Well, there's also definitely folks there whose kink is drinking piss. So we'll like be by the urinal and I drink as you go.
Yeah.
So, which again, but it's what's really cool is it's almost like. Afterwards, we were at dinner. I was like, it almost felt like a community center, like a rec center. Like in terms of just how like supportive and open and like chill it all felt. It was like, oh, of course. Like, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's so good. But okay, it kind of makes sense because it's open forever that you don't really have to like rage and get in there and like go. Like right now, like
totally.
Mario, the owner of Beacon, on his podcast, he was talking about how Denver
2 a.m.,
closed
4
at 2.
a.m. I watched this. I'm so
okay.
on board. Oh my God.
Good. I'm glad you watched that. And he was saying that like, people get into nightlife and they go out at 10 p.m. and then it's like, okay, they have 4 hours and it's like, let's fucking go, shots. And everyone like, dies. But
and then people die.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
Really.
Yeah.
Whereas like the community center vibe.
Like you're just hanging out. You want to go dance? Great. You want to snack? Great.
Yeah.
You want to go over here and sit down and make some friends? Great.
You're not going to miss anything.
You've got 3 days.
Yeah, man.